All right, now what a fight, y'all. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I said it was gonna be. Even though y'all didn't get a chance to see it, but I'll let you see what I said before the fight. After this, regards to the whole thing, this is what I'm saying. It was a barn burner. Now, that fight was what you call a fight. There was no losers in anybody that bought the card. I mean, I knew it was going to be a fight. And David Benavidez did exactly what I said he was going to do. He was going to press. And David Morrell was going to box and try to get him out of there. But David Benavidez don't back down. That's why he is the Mexican monster. That is why Canelo would rather fight Terrence Crawford than fight David Benavidez. You understand what I'm saying? He'd rather fight Bivol than fight David Benavidez. Because you know what Bivol did? All Bivol did was make him not be able to fight at his own pace. Because that's how Canelo wins his fights. If you notice, anybody that picks up the pace, he can't beat. It ain't about power and big. When they pick up the pace, he can't beat him. What Floyd do to him? Make him fight at his pace, not his pace. Oh, this is different. Okay, but y'all gonna say, oh, that was inexperienced. He was only 23. Yeah, if Floyd had the loss, it wouldn't have been an experience. We already know that. But what did Bivol do? Make him fight at a faster speed. Now, what did Charlo do? Let him fight at his pace. What did almost every other fighter do? Let him fight at his pace. Even though Caleb Plant is a great fighter, he let Canelo fight at his pace. Now you tell me, after watching that fight last night, would David Benavidez let Canelo fight at his own pace? You answer that for me. The answer is hell no. He won't. Canelo is going to get just overwhelmed. And he might get stopped. I'm just keeping it real. And like I said, he's running from something. If that fight happens, we don't know. I'm here in September, but we're going to talk about that in a different video with the Canelo Terrence Crawford. But if that fight happens, you're running into a different type of danger. You are. You're going to go from the Mexican monster to the sweet science in a whole different way. So, whatever. But that fight was a fight, right? I mean, the fight before it was Stevie Fulton coming back, and I ain't like the fact, but I wasn't at the fight, so I can't say nothing. But he was booing. But after that Pitbull Cruz, you know what I'm saying? That was a great fight too. I missed the first fight. I didn't get in time, but the Cruz Fierro fight, which I actually had Fierro semi-slightly winning it, but he just started slow because he didn't do nothing in the first couple rounds, and then he started picking up the pace and showing I'm ready, and then they started going. But I had it closer than that. I don't understand this unanimous decision. I didn't have it. I mean, I didn't care who won. I'm not saying I didn't care, but after watching the fight, I can't say like, oh, he got cheated. I can't say that Cruz didn't win the fight, and I can't say that Fierro won the fight. But I can say it could have went either way. Like, come on, I ain't seen no unanimous. I didn't see that. But regardless, he won the fight. It was hard for Stevie Fulton to come right behind that. After that hype fight, now they boxing, and the lighter weights don't knock each other out like that, man. Like, anyway does that. That's what people ain't understanding. Why, like, how does he have this type of power at that small weight? But them small weighters, the smaller weights don't knock each other out like that. They go toe to toe, but a lot of times it just be a hype like a really good fight that it could go 12 rounds a lot of times. They don't always be knocking each other out like that. But regardless of the whole thing, it was a really good fight. He said he was gonna get Fulton back, but it just didn't go that way. But regardless, I say it's a great card. But the Benavidez and Morrell fight, that is what you call a fight. Now, did David Benavidez take a chance? Yes. That was a situation where he had really nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he loses to David Morrell, according to casual boxing fans, because I see people that don't understand that Morrell had 130 amateur fights with only 5 losses, but he's 11-0 and 9 knockouts in his real boxing career. And Benavidez 29-0 with 24 knockouts, but he only had 15 amateur fights. They don't understand how even that playing field is. So if you think that didn't mean nothing, that you're doing the same thing that you did to Terrence Crawford when he fought Madrimov, when you say, he only had this many fights. You don't understand boxing, because Madrimov had an extensive amateur career. You know what I mean? So he was fighting him because he a champion. But don't stop that. You okay? But anyway, the fight was even, and they both, like, nobody lost in that fight. Not the crowd, not David Morrell, not Benavidez, nobody. David Morrell fought like a champion. He didn't fight scared. He did get bested, because that's what I just believe was gonna happen. You know what I mean? But he got bested, but nobody should be looking at him no type of way. Now he got a loss on his record, right? But does that loss count? Because we got to get back to this. A loss don't mean nothing when it's a loss to who you supposed to lose to. Because what if one of these so-called stars, because this is what happened with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Before they ever could even see each other, they was making excuses. Well, I ain't gonna say David Benavidez. I mean, not David. I ain't gonna say Deontay Wilder was making excuses, but Joshua was making excuses. Why I gotta fight him? Right? I'm doing good over here. Blah blah. Deontay was already ready for the smoke, so I ain't gonna say that. But after Joshua lost, it took the fight away. Now it didn't have that same impact, because by you trying to get away from Deontay Wilder so much with all this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and then now you mess around and lost. Then it literally took Deontay Wilder to go up against Tyson Fury to lose. So that's what I'm saying. He lost. That loss on his record ain't like that. But the loss on Joshua, on Anthony Joshua record is like that, because y'all should have locked hands when you could instead of worrying about the O. But we got to get back to that, because that loss on Morrell record is a win. You look at somebody's record, you be like, oh, he lost. Well, he lost to David Benavidez. Now, that's not something that you trip about. Like Canelo whole career, when you be like, he got a loss. Well, you look at his record, you be like, he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Like, who didn't lose to Floyd Mayweather, right? Do you look at that as a loss? It's not like that. But when you start fighting all these different people, and then all of a sudden it's like, when it was time to fight Big Charlo, we ain't gonna even start with Charlo. We're gonna start with Andre Ward, because Canelo had a chance to see Andre Ward first. That didn't happen, right? Now we got David Benavidez. That may not happen. You go to Bivol beats you. But everybody want to see this fight. You saying, what has he done? What has he done? I think Benavidez could have said that too to Morrell. What has he done? He only had 11 fights. For a casual boxing fan, they'll be like, yeah, he only 11-0. No, but he ain't make that excuse, because he understands boxing and he know this will make a great fight. Let's make the great fight. And they made a great fight. So why do other people get to run? You understand what I'm saying? We need this type of stuff back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not a loss to me. Respect to everybody on that card. Respect to them making the fight. Respect to David Benavidez for taking that chance. Respect to Morrell for taking that chance, because there's a lot of people that don't want to fight David Benavidez, i.e. Canelo. You understand what I'm saying? And you took the chance and you fought like a champion. You just lost. You know what I'm saying? But that was a great fight. So I wanted to just speak on that, and I'm looking forward to the next great fight. And we don't know who it's going to be. We don't know when it's going to be. But let's talk about that when we talk about that. It's your boy King G with Really Dope Podcast, and you know what it is. We talked about it. We'll talk about it again.